3, 2, 1.
And it's game time. Kinex5 here. Unreal North's Mixed TDM Cup. Going to play us some 2-on-2 TDM. If these teams don't have a winner within the first 3 matches, then we're going to go to duels to decide it. This is the finals. Team France versus team with a lot of letters in their name. They actually played earlier with some really close matches, so I expect this to be a good final. I think these were clearly the 2 best teams. And, of course, now we've got Compamute on the overlay here. So we're going to have a little bit better idea. Oh, as we see the steal for the amp there. So we're going to watch him, F51, run around with this. Kind of nice. You can actually see how much time is left on the amp, too. So he's got 15 seconds to try to make something of this. Team France doing a good job, though, of just staying out of his line of sight, making him try to expose himself. Oh, and he takes him out with a flak right there. I believe it's a flak, yep. So it's a good job there of baiting him and just not peeking. It's sometimes really tempting to try to peek out there and get a really good view of you know, to get a really good shot and try to take him out ahead of time, but nice patience there shown. So F51, last time we spec'd him, he was getting, what was it, 8 headshots that we saw on Ages the last map. So we'll see what he can turn around for us here. He's pretty much got goo and assault rifle right now, and that's how you're going to find yourself a lot on Campgrounds. It's a very tight map. And he does throw goo all over the 100 armor, which maybe got a little bit of damage out there. Oh, and a big goo there. As I said last time we were watching this map, goo can be very effective because it's a very linear movement pattern since it's a Quake map. It's very easy to predict where people are coming through tight corridors and doorways. And here we see the amp popping right about now. Nobody's actually on it, but they're both around it. Gonna fight for it. Not stole it, but it looks like he's gonna go down pretty quickly. Yeah, there he goes. Eiko goes down too. He was down to 1 health. And the one thing about this map is, due to how tight and small it is, very rarely will you see people get very stacked other than with boosters. So you're gonna have a lot of brawling going on. It's almost gonna be like ooh. Saw that one coming, sorry. But yeah, everyone's gonna have relatively low health. So it's going to be almost like a pub style where you kind of just have to be on the move constantly, because at any given moment a couple good shots can take you out. So you see F51 going from full down to dead right there, and then he's getting hit off the spawn. So one thing this map does present too is some opportunities to get some really quick spawn kill conversions, and that's going to be big. We've seen that be the difference between you know, winning and losing, especially when I believe it was SH playing earlier tonight. I believe it was SH versus dn9wki. I believe that was that. And yeah, we saw them not able to convert. They were getting frags, but they weren't getting spawn kills off of them, whereas this team was, and that can be a big difference, especially on smaller maps like this. Looks like the amp timing a little bit off, but there we go. Getting in position for it. Kind of jockeying down underneath. Nobody's actually standing on it. Kind of surprised. Maybe they have the exact timing on it, but... Oh, there you go. You see Blue pushing right over there at the very last second. Sounds like 100 armor was taken by Red, though. Yep, Eiko able to take that. He's probably going to play a little bit of hide and seek with Knot here. Try to make him chase him. Oh, it turns around and finds the amp. So now he's definitely going to be running backwards and spamming behind him. Doesn't want to lose that 100 armor to one good shot, so he wants to just wait out this amp, let it dissipate, and then maybe he can do something with this armor. 50 armor is actually going to spawn right behind him. He doesn't seem to have timing on it. Let's see if he goes back and takes a peek after getting this kill. He does. Probably going to anticipate a spawner either above him or below him here, but it looks like they went across the 100 armor. It does spawn in 15 seconds, so let's take a look at it. You see Eiko getting, prove me wrong, actually getting pretty stacked here by playing kind of passively. He's not really being super aggressive, and with a 3 frag lead, he doesn't really need to. Maybe stacking up and trying to pick his spots, you know, with an amp in hand, perhaps. You can see F51 trying to throw some combos up there, but it's really tough when you're down in that area, very exposed. One thing that does stay the same between Quake and UT is that high ground's always going to give you a better vantage point to dictate the combat. I'm going to try to give you a good third-person view of the fight over this amp. Oh, a headshot coming in right there. That'll knock you off it in a hurry. Eiko waiting on it. Spawns right now. He's going to get it. Goo just barely misses him. I don't know if he knows that F51's behind him. I'm going to try to follow him with this amp. So we see a grenade kill up close. Eiko pretty low. Definitely going to be looking to soak up health. There's not that much health on this map, though, so that's one aspect of this map to keep in mind, is that with that amp being so exposed, and of course, as we mentioned, that people typically won't have a whole lot of health, it's a fairly easy map to neutralize it. Ooh, as those combos come up and knock him right off the 100 armor. Not taken, though. So F51 boosts right as he takes 100 armor, so he's going to get pretty stacked here. Let's see if he does. Oh, wow, he's already stacked. Already had 150 armor, it looks like. So he's going to be pretty much invincible for the next 10 to 20 seconds. See if he can convert any kills out of it. He does a ton of damage to Eiko. Another combo to his back. Takes him down. Going to try to convert this into a spawn kill. At the very least, takes out his shield down. Still 20 seconds till Amp, though, so he's going to, in effect, waste a little bit of his adrenaline. But he can probably knock them off 100 armor, although Amp does spawn first, so it'll be interesting to see what he goes for. Running right into that dual assault rifle just shows you how inaccurate those things are. Still not getting any damage from it. So they kill them both off 100 armor, however, they do miss the Amp. And that's going to go to red. So a good job by SKL, grabbing a weapon and Amp, knowing that they missed 100 armor, and they can try to negate that, though. Taking some shots with that Amp. Oh, there you go. Shot coming in behind. They've completely separated F51. They're going to try to just ambush him here. So he's lost that whole stack, just disappeared in a hurry. And I think that was Eiko boosting. Yep. See, Eiko on drugs. So I'm going to watch him as he tries to stack up. He wasn't particularly high on health, but he did have a little bit of armor, so it should be okay to get pretty far. And let's see if he decides. Yep, he goes for the adrenaline there. Let's see if he decides to push forward with this, or back up and play kind of defensively and use it to secure himself another armor and perhaps another Amp. Takes a little bit of damage, but he's already got 140 health. He can take 2 more LGs before he's going to go down. Looks like they're going to feed him the 100 armor and probably push him to Amp afterwards. We know Eiko really likes that lightning gun, so if he can get a big stack and an Amp going, he can probably run around and try to play some insta-gib and rack up a handful of kills and really try to push for a significant lead in this game. Because right now, that 2-frag lead isn't really too comfortable on a map this small, where you can make up those kills in about 3 seconds. Amp's popping right now. Eiko's in position to grab it, but he needs to knock him off. It doesn't do it. So a nice steal by Not. Gets a kill out of it as well. Eiko gets both of them, but I would say that was probably a pretty even trade for Blue, as they kept that Amp away from the stacked Eiko and got a kill out of it. So still a 3-point game. France on top. They're going to make it 4. They're going to try to convert this spawn right here. Gets one shot on the 100 armor. They head up there. Oh, it takes big rockets. Still have 5 more seconds on it. They have time to contest it. You can see that split at the bottom right. That's going to tell you, I believe it's set to every 2 minutes, how the team's scores have changed. So you see red picking up 1 frag over blue in the last 2 minutes. So pretty even exchanges in this mid-game so far. Really pretty even exchanges overall. Red came out to a little bit of a lead. And that's really what they're sustaining right now. Oh, a friendly grenade by Eiko. Just throwing one out there. Bounces around. So hard to avoid regardless of which team shoots him. Oh, rockets to the face. We're going to have Amp and 100 armor spawning at about the same time. Now we'll see if these teams decide to split for it. It looks like Blue doesn't have timing of both of them, or they wouldn't be sending one to the 50 for sure. And we saw SKL with the boost. He's going to try to get this Amp, and that would certainly give them a good chance at taking a big lead here. He dives into it. Couldn't tell if he got it. Yep, he did get it. So this is big trouble for the blue team, as they got an Amp booster. Either doesn't want or just misses the jump to try to get to the 100 armor, but he's still boosting, so he's going to run around. They have a really good chance now. They're both stacked, and one of them has Amp. They're going to sweep through the map and try to chase down Blue. And if I'm Blue, I'm pretty much just running right now because there's no armors popping anytime soon. 5 more seconds left on that Amp. If you can avoid getting killed, there you go. They don't give him any spawn kills, so not a huge Amp run, but it does let them take the 100 armor as well. So right now, Red is in complete control of the map. And of course, with those 11 frags, or the 12 frag lead now, that also gave them a bit of a booster lead as well, or an adrenaline lead as well, which has led to their boosts. But blue team, I believe, is probably due for a booster anytime soon. Perhaps a few more kills or some more pickups. We're going to see 100 armor coming up any second. You see everybody killed off it. Eiko's able to leisurely stroll over and pick it up. F51 just getting absolutely popped up into the air. Eiko misses him with that flak ball, Amp's gonna be popping soon. I'm just gonna go ahead and slide the camera over here and watch this fight. See F51 just kind of abandoning ship up on top, spamming it down. They kind of concede it to Eiko, but he's pretty low on health. Not's looking pretty good, so I'm thinking they're just gonna try to chase him down. He's able to pick up some armor, however, and some health, so he's actually looking okay on health. So Eiko's going to be a little more dangerous now. Interesting that they didn't decide to go after him immediately after he was down to like 50 health, but maybe they just didn't realize how low he was. And there you go, you see that armor saving him that time. Able to get a couple kills with this amp. Blue team, though, they're in position. They take him out. They should be in position to get this 100 armor. So they have two of them there. SKL comes over. Nobody takes it yet. I'm not sure if they didn't have the exact timing or what. Red sneaks up here, and France runs in and steals that 100 armor. Blue is in perfect position, but I don't think they had the timing on it. And now Eiko with the boost. And this is a big moment in the game right here, because if Eiko's able to use this boost to get another amp run going, that could put it completely out of reach for Blue. They really need to regroup and sort of slow down the bleeding here, because right now Eiko's just getting more and more stacked. With every kill he gets more adrenaline, and that just gives him a bigger booster, and that amp's going to be up in 10 seconds. If he grabs that, it could be all over for Blue. Of course, I believe this was Red's map pick. Oh, Big Goo comes in. That puts an end to it real quick. Amps up. Blue does get it back, or Blue does get back to it first. Doesn't do anything with it, but ends the booster and stops the amp, so that's a start. Wouldn't say it's a huge play in the game. They definitely need to make a bunch more plays in order to come back. Down 20 now. However, they can take him out. SKL is pretty weak. He gets the kill, but he's down to 3 health. So that armor's not going to do him a whole lot of good. Because remember, armor and health do share damage. Or excuse me, 100 armor does it. But still, bottom line, with only 3 health, you can chew through that armor pretty quickly. I'm surprised they didn't go after him with a minigun. He's still down to 28 health. If they can find him, they can kill him. But he's doing a good job of evading, getting back around. See 50 armor coming up, so I imagine both teams are going to be heading over that direction. Not is boosting. Ooh, 3 rockets. Just missed. That one didn't. Big rockets coming out. SKL just eating them. He's kind of been on the run for the past couple of minutes now. Not running around. He's on a booster, but he's down to 50 health. He needs to avoid jumping in. Oh, this could be it right there. If that takes away his booster, that's going to hurt him big time. 20 seconds still in this amp run. He needs to get over to that 100 armor, and that way he can make a play on the amp. Red team's out of position on the 100 armor. Oh, but he goes down for the health. Maybe not having timing again. Wow, and Eiko knocks him off it and then takes it. Amp spawning in 5 seconds. We may see another amp run by Eiko here as he's just picked up the 100, jumps down to amp, and the power-ups are just all going to Team France right now. Amp's headshot. Just missing with those rockets, but he's going to get a double kill, may get a multi if he can find a spawner. Someone's jumping down behind him. He doesn't see him, though. Apparently, Eiko's field of view is lower than mine. 10 more seconds, just looking for a target. Doing tons of damage there. Shield goes down. Another amp. That must have been that was a child bolt right there, not a direct LG. And you see the split there. Red making up 10 frags in the past. I think it might be set to 5 minutes but anyway, 10-1 run is what Red's on in the last interval, and that's really going to put him over the top, I believe. 6.5 minutes. It's definitely possible. You get a lot of spawn kills real quick if you decide to be aggressive on this map. You see F51 with a boost here. He needs to do something with this, though. All their boosters, I mean, both teams have done a good job of trying to negate each other's boosters, but Red team has been able to make the most of theirs, getting amp runs and getting, using them to control the 100 armor and just being productive. Blue's boosters have kind of just gone into, running around and getting shot in the back by rockets. So right now, F51 needs to get out of this situation he's in. He's losing all of that health that he built up. Amp spawns right now. I don't know if they know it. Yep, he's heading over to it. They're going to lose another amp to Eiko. And even if Eiko doesn't get any kills there, pretty much every amp that Red gets at this point is just one step closer to victory. They don't really need to do anything with them because they've already scored enough points to win this game, pretty much. At this point, it's just going to be a matter of not letting Blue, score 25 or so more frags. As long as you can stay alive for 5 more minutes and get a couple kills in the process, you're probably okay. I don't know if we're going to see dn9wki being aggressive enough to really make up this difference. In 4-on-4 on this map, it's such a meat grinder. 20-30 frags can disappear in a heartbeat. 2-on-2, it's a little bit easier to evade. It's still not easy. It's still a tight map, but you know, it's so hard to chase people around because of just like that, how easy it is to predict and spam those doorways. It's kind of hard when the other team knows that you have to chase them. Blue, though, you see there, that was a 2-minute split. They did make up 4 frags in this last couple minutes, so they have turned it around, went from 10-1 red to 5-1 blue. But that was mostly on the back of that booster. They need to turn this into power-ups. They need to start getting these hundreds and these amps. They can't really give up anything else in this game. And if Eiko keeps jumping out and they keep allowing him to steal those amps... Oh, that goo just missed. A nice idea by F51, but doesn't connect. And it looks like you're going to see... F51 finally gets in there to steal an amp. He's not going to do anything with it as they have him pinned up against the wall. Ooh, Rockets just missed. He's just going to run and try to survive. Oh, amp grenade, not a bad idea as we see the layout of this map coming into play again, just how predictable it can be. But at least they stole that amp away. That's a good defensive move. And they finally, you know, are controlling a little bit of the power-ups. That's really plagued them so far in this map. I don't know what the status on their adrenaline is. I don't think that shows in Compometer. Maybe I've turned it off, but it would be interesting to see what potential boosters we may see remaining. As we see 5 seconds left until this 100 armor. Trying to get some prediction combos up there. Maybe get a kill out of this. Probably not going to get the 100 here. Just waiting for it to spawn. There it comes, and red gets the 100 and the kill there, so blue just completely losing that battle. Kind of been the story. They just haven't been able to really secure these power-ups. I mean, the ones that they have taken, they were taking damage on, and they weren't really making any runs with them. So let's go ahead and see if we can watch Eiko. Definitely the high score in this game so far. You see him being very patient. Oh, they finally steal an amp from him. But, might be a little bit too late for that. You see Red doing a good job of coordinating, sharing weapons, making sure that they're running together. This is one of those maps where it's a little harder than most to split up, because you're always going to be within range of both of the enemy. It's such a small map with such a big wide open mid that if you're by yourself, you're just going to get shot in the front and back at the same time. Some nice flash shots coming in by Eiko. One thing you're noticing about Eiko is what he's done very effectively is be very patient with his shooting. Like he's not just diving out in the open and trying to outshoot people. He's using a lot of flak bounces and shooting flak balls over the edges and trying to put as much damage out there as possible while leaving himself exposed as little as possible. And SKL with another booster here. I think there's going to be at least one more amp, certainly one more amp run. He's just trying to get some kills out of this, maybe build some momentum going to the next map. Certainly mathematically decided by this point, but it's actually a best of 5. And like I said, we're going to have 3 games of 2-on-2 team deathmatch, and if at that point we haven't decided a winner, then we're going to have back-to-back duels to decide it, hence the mixed cup format that we talked about. Ooh, a kill right on the amp. That's a tough one right there. But SKL going to try to make something happen here. Like I say, maybe build some mental momentum going into the next map. We see Eiko boosting as well. And the split there, red still on top. I mean, I say they need to build momentum, but they really never lost momentum. Blue has had a couple of 2 or 3 minute splits here where they've done okay, they've turned it around, but it was mostly on the backs of their boosters, not so much because they were controlling power-ups or converting spawn kills. And of course, Team Deathmatch with Adrenaline is definitely a game of runs because of those boosters, so, basically that's what you're seeing, is Red Team was controlling the power-ups. Both teams made the most of their booster runs, but, of course, whenever you have amp runs and 100 armor runs on top of your boosters, that's where you're going to see pretty much a double up in the scores here. However, I don't know, I guess it's going to be Blue Team's map choice next, and we'll see if they pick a map with maybe a little bit different layout, a little bit different feel to it, see if they can use that to their advantage. This was Team France's map pick, so, on paper and chalk, you would expect them to win it.
4, 3, 2.
Oh, Goo coming in at the last second, not going to see any mid-airs. And that's map 1. France wins big. However, it is dn9wki's map pick next. Let's see what they do with it.